What makes a game's animations pleasant to experience are a complicated and very subjective mixture of what you find pleasing to the eyes and ears. Some folks prefer the more tactical approach of Modern Warfare, while others may find comfort in the snappy and expressive reloads of, say, Destiny. Depending on the mood I find myself in, I'll bounce from a variety of first-person shooters purely for their animations. In this video, I've compiled a small but humble list of some of my favorite animations in Halo. If you feel I overlooked or missed any, please feel free to leave yours down below and a description of why you liked it. Also, maybe like the video and share it. I'm not begging, I swear. Despite being 20 years old, the animation quality of the first Halo game is unusually high. Outside of maybe the sniper rifle reload, the game's animations hold up really well and actually make me think of something that Infinity Ward's animation director Mark Grigsby said back in 2019. The way a weapon's animations look and feel should be like a taunt. Reloading should be something snappy, confident, and empowering feeling.
Even the reload, I mean, you're next, and it turns it over and then just bap, bap.
The Assault Rifle of Combat Evolved, I think, has the best animations in the game for that very reason. From taking it out of your pocket and releasing the safety, bringing it close to the camera so the player can see that the chief means business. The rumbling of the Assault Rifle and the sparks it shrouds a hallway in make it feel like a personal chainsaw tearing up aliens and leaving the halls dripping in bioluminescent blood. Once the iconic ammo counter reaches 0, the Master Chief quickly and professionally pulls the bolt back, swaps out the magazines with lightning speed, gives them a quick tap, and then, as a final demonstration of intent, he aggressively slaps the bolt back into position. The gun is loaded. Time to feed. Halo's energy sword is a science fiction blade that is only barely beaten out by the lightsaber of the original Star Wars trilogy for me. Designed for creatures that evolved on another planet under the light of another sun, it's a weapon that looks and feels created for alien hands. Upon activating it, the sharp sound of the ignition evokes glass shattering and gas hissing. Electricity arcs up, giving form to the white-hot blades. And then, the player character holds it in an aggressive attack stance, prepared to swing at a moment's notice. And the sword attacks are fast. The player doesn't simply swing it, they slice with it, cutting through anything in their way, whether it's the fast slash to the gut or a heavy overhead slice. I love using the Halo 2 energy sword, which, as you can imagine, makes me quite excited to use Halo Infinite's, which features a stance very evocative of Halo 2's. This is the good stuff. When someone says Halo and sniper rifle together, my mind always defaults to Halo 3's incarnation of the sniper rifle. The tail of each shot rumbling through the environment may be enough to give this weapon a sense of power and weight, but it goes the extra mile to make itself feel powerful to use, not just sound powerful to use. Upon picking it up, the player dramatically drops it into their waiting hand, and with each pull of the trigger, the aggressive buck of the gun makes the weapon feel like it's not simply firing shots, but launching cannonballs. The entire frame of the gun shudders under the powerful boom. The carrying handle trembles loosely as if surprised by the force of the shot, and when it's time to reload, the player's avatar has no anxiety or fear. The player drops the empty mag from the gun, allowing the clumsy frame to dip towards the ground, and then, with the force of a superhuman, a new magazine is slammed into the gun with a loud and memorable clink. No need to double-check the magazine. In 2 quick motions, the sniper is ready to fire. It is a fast and confident animation, and that's why I love it. While many of the animations in Halo 2 Anniversary are either recycled from Halo 4 or a bit janky due to the multiplayer's short development time, there are a lot of small personal touches to each and every weapon in this game. While my heart will always go to the bloom-heavy, reflective Halo 3 plasma rifle, Halo 2 Anniversary has an interesting take on its plasma weapons, mainly that it goes for more of a liquid style than the electrical style of the Bungie games. When overheating the plasma rifle in Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, The gun will take matters into its own hands and disable the firing mechanism. Fins on either side of the frame will forcefully open, and the hot, steamy, liquid plasma will stretch with the fins, like an alien melted cheese fondue or something, before dissolving into the exposed air. The gun takes a moment to vent and dissolve all that built-up plasma goo inside, before closing itself back up, ready to fire again, and hopefully, with the burnt hand the player received acting as a warning to monitor the gun's heat levels next time. It also helps that it has some pretty meaty punch animations too. I may not be a fan of the Suppressor conceptually, but its animation work is another story entirely. Almost every aspect of this weapon's animation work is something positively beautiful and radiating personality. While it will happily open up to accept new ammo cartridges, spit out hard light rounds, and glow with a deep orange ferocity, the weapon's age is felt. It is long past its prime, and the magnetic tethers that keep its floaty bits together are weakening as the years go on. The firing mechanism is degrading, and overall, you get the sense that it won't be too long before this weapon will finally give in to atrophy and cease function. When firing the gun, it sputters and sort of needs to catch up a bit before the fire rate reaches an acceptable level. And when using Halo 5's aiming down the sights, the weapon opens up into a ranged mode that is really struggling to maintain its shape. The various chunks of metal and technology shudder and shake in the air, struggling to maintain their position after all these years of neglect. When closing the weapon back up, the pieces haphazardly slap and slam back into place, as if relieved that they won't need to sustain their orbit any longer, which is complemented by a very satisfying crunch sound. I may not like the Promethean aesthetic or their weapons, but the animation work is something I can appreciate quite a bit. Whoever it was at 343 that animated this thing, my hat goes off to you. You did good work here. What is your favorite animation for a weapon from Halo? It can be for any reason, whether it be sound work, animations, or even just an indescribable, "this thing feels good to use" comment. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've been staring at first-person animations for too long.
Hello! Hello! Okay. Okay.